The Third Epistle of John, The Three Men of 3rd John, Lesson 1. Introduction. 1. It is not unusual for people to wonder, A. What was the early church like? B. We know a lot about its early leaders, such as Apostle Paul and Peter, but what about the average Christians themselves? C. Were they more spiritual than Christians today? Did they experience the kind of problems seen so often in churches today? 2. Several books of the New Testament reflect the life of the early church, and this is especially true of the Third Epistle of John. A. It is a private letter between the Apostle John and a Christian named Gaius. B. It provides portraits of 3 different men, and in so doing giving us a glimpse of first-century life in local churches. 3. When one examines the portraits found in this letter, we learn that there is not much difference between people back then and in the church today. 4. Therefore, this epistle is very relevant. Though we may live 1,900 years later, in this lesson we shall A. Consider some background material concerning the epistle. B. Notice the difference between the 3 men described in the letter. C. Summarize with some lessons that can be gleaned from this book. Background information. A. The author, the elder. 1. As with 2 John, the elder is believed by most conservative scholars to be the Apostle John. 2. The internal evidence. A. The 3 apostles of John utilize much of the same language and ideas. B. All bear similarity to concepts and language to the Gospel of John. C. The term elder would be a fitting description of John as the author, writing in his old age. 3. The external evidence is slight, but Dionysius Alexandria, living in the 3rd century A.D., credits John with being the author. B. The recipient. The beloved Gaius. 1. Gaius was a common Roman name and appears 5 times in the New Testament. Acts 19 verse 29, Acts 20 verse 4, Romans 16 verse 23, 1 Corinthians 1 verse 14, 3 John 1. 2. Whether he is one of those mentioned by Luke or Paul cannot be determined. 3. He is evidently a dear friend of John and known for his hospitality. C. Place and date of writing. 1. Ephesus is usually suggested as the location from which John wrote this epistle, as he was known to live there in the later years of his life. 2. Estimation of the date of writing varies widely, some placing it before the destruction of Jerusalem, 70 A.D. Most, however, place it around 90 to 95 A.D. D. Purpose of the epistle. 1. To confirm that Gaius did right in supporting those teachers who came his way, encouraging him to continue this hospitality, 3 John 5 through 8. 2. To express his condemnation of Diotrephes for rejecting John and others whom he should have received, 3 John 9 through 10. 3. To encourage Gaius to imitate what is good, commending Demetrius as a good example, 3 John 11 through 12. E. A comparison between 2nd and 3rd John. 1. Both letters focus on the words love and truth, 2 John 1 and 3 John 1. 2. But notice this difference from Charles R. Riedman's commentary. A. In 2 John, love is enjoyed, but there is a warning against tolerating those who deny the truth. B. In 3 John, love is praised, and there is commendation for supporting those who proclaim the truth. 3. Another comparison. A. 2 John condemns the departure from the truth, which is known as heresy. 3. 3 John condemns the lack of love among Christians, which results in schism. The 3 men of 3 John. A. Gaius, a man whom John would have prosper. 1. A dear friend of John, whom he prayed would prosper physically as well as he did spiritually. 3 John 1 through 2. 2. John so loved and prayed for Gaius because he was a man who A. had a good reputation, 3 John verse 3a. B. Walked in the truth, 3 John 3 verse b. C. Gave John great joy when hearing of his faithfulness, 3 John verse 4. D. Was hospitable towards all, 3 John verse 5 through 6a. E. Was encouraged to continue supporting gospel preachers, 3 John verse 6b through 8. B. Deiophrius, a man who would be preeminent. 1. A description of Deiophrius' character. A. Self-promoter. He strove to be first, 3 John verse 9a. B. Insubordinate. He would not receive the authority of apostles, 3 John verse 9b. C. Slanderous. He spoke nonsense and slandered, 3 John verse 10a. D. Vindictive. He would not receive certain brethren and cast out other brethren, 3 John verse 10b. 2. Deiophrius' character serves as a warning. He who does evil has not seen God, 3 John verse 11b. C. Demetrius, a man who would be a pattern. 1. John encourages Gaius to imitate what is good, for he who does good is of God, 3 John 11. 2. Demetrius appears to be offered as a pattern for Gaius, for Demetrius had a good report, 3 John verse 12. A. From all the brethren. B. From the truth itself. Demetrius lived according to the mandates of God's word, so that his life showed clear evidence of truth. C. From John and the apostles. Lessons from 3 John. A. Christians are not always what they should be. 1. We may have to serve in the face of opposition from another brethren. 2. Will we allow this to affect our service? 3. Will we allow this to affect our salvation? B. Christians often imitate other Christians. 1. John says to imitate what is good for 2 reasons. A. Those who do good are of God. B. Those who do evil do not know God. 2. What example are we setting in the local church? Who are we imitating? 3. Gaius had an example of Deiophrius and Demetrius. Who do you suppose he would seek to imitate? C. Christians often allow the spirit of Deiophrius to reign. 1. Deiophrius was successful because some of the members A. allowed Deiophrius to dominate. B. Would not take a stand for the truth. C. Would not support those who took a stand for the truth. 2. Deiophrius was successful because there was a certain climate of complacency and cowardice within the local church. 3. Note that Demetrius was able to get away with his domination strongly suggests to me that Gaius and Deiophrius were not members of the same congregation, but in different congregations. Conclusion. 1. But I hope that this introduction to this epistle and a brief look at the 3 men of 3 John will stimulate your thinking. A. What kind of example are we setting? B. If John had written a letter in which your name was mentioned, what would he have said about you? 1. Would he have prayed for your prosperity? 2. Would he have condemned your desire for prominency? 3. Or would he have set you up as a pattern for others to follow? C. If we will but walk in the truth like Gaius, we will have a good testimony from all like Demetrius. A special thanks goes to Chris Reeves and his expandable outline 37, from which I borrowed heavily in preparing this outline. The 3rd Epistle of John, the 3 men of 3 John, Lesson 1, the end.